So, somebody accused me of denying the Sandy Hook school shooting. Why? Because I was showing pictures of people who look a lot alike. And I am implying that there are crisis actors who are being used by the media to invent stories that the media publishes, complete fabrications. So I don't know how I'm going to explain it to people. I keep bringing it up because people are incredibly gullible. If it's on TV, it's true. And I've done basic research. I hate to tell you, because I always tell people, if you don't see it with your own eyes, how do you know it's real? And I keep going back to Carrie Fisher, who was reported dead. I mean, I didn't see her dead body put into a casket and dropped in 6 feet under. But she was reported dead, and she is used in the newest Star Wars movies by computer-generated animation. And I have seen on YouTube examples of computer-generated animation of Barack Obama. The face and the mouth perfectly in time with what certainly sounds like his voice. So I keep trying to wake people up to the fact that it's totally available. That is for media to present things as truth that are complete fabrications. And people get very emotional. You know, like, Sandy Hook, you're denying it. How awful. Wake up, honey. Wake up. You're shooting the messenger. I'm the messenger. I keep telling, maybe I haven't told you before, but I keep trying to get out the message to people who are still stuck in 1950. We have vast technologies to manipulate images and sound to create things out of nowhere. You watch these movies all the time. These movies are computer-generated animation, and they create incredible scenes that if you walk into a movie theater, you watch them and you don't complain about them. Do you ever wonder how they make these movies? And yet somehow you give them a pass. You give them a pass on mainstream news that they are always telling you the truth. Why do you do that? Where's your critical thinking? Have you never considered that mainstream media has a motive to lie to you? Oh, they don't have a motive to lie to me. Do I have to do all the thinking for you all the time? I mean, half of the movies that you go to talk about this kind of thing. They basically show you characters in the movies who go, wait a minute, this doesn't sound right, my gut's saying something's wrong with this. Why is it okay for a movie character to question what's presented to them, but it's not okay for me? People call me a troll, and I'm going to turn around and say, no, I am not trolling. I am telling you the truth. Put on your thinking cap. And the real trolls are the people that say to me, oh, you're a Sandy Hook denier. That's trolling. It's basically, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And that's trolling. It's dumbing people down. Accept mainstream news 100%. And accept what the government tells you 100%. There is a huge amount of false flags. That is government lies. And it's not new. It's been going on for hundreds of years. If you don't know history, how am I going to educate you in a 15-minute video? I'm just going to call you stupid, ignorant, and lazy. And am I disgusted? I'm totally disgusted in you. Because, you're going to blame, my school system never taught me critical thinking. I'm going to blame you. You're an adult. You're lazy. Why don't you learn something new? Why don't you go to the library and get out some books? Why don't you go find some smart people and just sit and let them talk about things? And just listen. I'm lazy. I'd rather just pretend everything is just perfect. That's what I keep hearing from people. People. They want to have an opinion. They want people to pay attention to them. And I look at you and I say, you're dumb. Yes, you've got an opinion, but your opinion is, fine. Have your opinion. Be stupid. You have every right to stay dumb. If you insist on being dumb, I'm not going to fight for your right to stay dumb. Some people say, you can have a right to your opinion and I'll go fight for freedom of speech. I don't mind freedom of speech. But if you're going to play dumb, I'm not going to fight for you dummies. How I fight for you dummies is I get in your face. I get in your face and I say, wake the hell up. What planet are you on? Didn't you take any history at all? Didn't you watch any historical movies? I get very exasperated. Because, I know people. I know people with university degrees, advanced education, who act like you, who play dumb. They're not acting. They're not acting because it goes on and on for years and years. They are totally brainwashed. Brainwashed. How do I wake up someone who is so deeply brainwashed? It seems impossible. I write them off. I say it's early onset dementia. I mean, is it that hurtful to your person to believe that people lie to you? Children, I don't know what age they first learn about lying. 3, 4 years of age? I don't know. But children know people lie. Why is it that you, a grown adult, can't fathom that humans lie to you? Am I lying to you? What have I told you? Sandy Hook. Was it a real shooting or not? I have no idea. I have no idea. I was not there. I did not witness a shooting. Somebody says, it's horrible. These parents, you're calling them crisis actors, and it's horrible. Life is horrible when you don't know the truth. Life is horrible when you're presented with impossible facts by people who profess to be journalists or profess to be government agents. But 9/11, I've never been to New York. I don't even know if there were Twin Towers. Seriously. How are you going to know there are Twin Towers? I don't know. I'll go back to 1976 in a time travel machine, and I'll go to the outskirts of some city where there's a sign that says entering New York. And then I'll wander around, follow the street signs, end up in Manhattan. And then I'm going to look for two towers, very tall. And I'm going to walk up to them and I'm going to push on the side of them to see whether it's a projection, a camera projection, or whether it's solid. Then I'll be satisfied that there are Twin Towers in 1976. But everything else is just pictures, and pictures are totally manipulated. Long before they had computers, people were manipulating pictures. And we know, because it has been told to us, that there have been plenty of false flags by governments. That is, deliberate lies told in order to convince the population of a country to, for example, go to war. Gulf of Tonkin incident to help get the American public behind fighting North Vietnam. The Reichstag fire to help to convince the German people that there is an enemy of the state. Who set the Reichstag fire? It was the Nazi Party. These are called false flags. They are deliberate lies. In those days, same thing these days. Either it's a real staged event or it's all done by CGI, computer-generated animation. What is the motive for doing these things? Well, if you're a government and you want to get people behind your war making, then you got to get people behind your war making. If it's a school shooting, I don't know. Some people say they want gun control. Some people say they just want to keep people in a state of fear. Why? Why do you want to keep people in a state of fear? Because then you give away your power. Giving away your power is talked about in the spiritual community. It's a big problem. Humans are trained from a young age to respect authority figures. So even when you're an adult, you don't want to stand on your own 2 feet. You want to have somebody else make the decisions for you. Politicians, doctors, lawyers. Someone who's smarter than me is going to make a decision about me. This is taking away your power, and you approve of it. You give away your power. And the people who are pulling the strings, because there's a small group of people that own all these media companies, and they own the government because they have all the money, and they can bribe everyone. They have an agenda. It's to keep you stupid, to keep you enslaved, so that they're the top bosses of the planet Earth. They like it that way. And you consent by being stupid. Eyes wide shut. And you're very hard to awaken because you don't want to put on your critical thinking cap. Because it's just easier to let someone else do the work. Human laziness is the root of all evil.